coelacanth, the extinct fish that outsmarted science. In 1938, a South African fisherman caught what looked like a prehistoric nightmare, a coelacanth, a fish believed to have gone extinct 65 million years ago. You know, back when T-Rex still ruled the planet, scientists were floored. This was supposed to be a fossil, not something flopping in a net. The coelacanth wasn't just old, it was ancient lineage old. Its ancestors date back 400 million years, long before dinosaurs ever showed up. Dubbed a living fossil, it has lobed fins resembling limbs, which helps scientists understand how early fish first crawled onto land. But the real shocker? They found more. Populations off the coast of Africa and Indonesia still exist today, chilling 700 meters deep in the ocean, completely unbothered by extinction. They can live up to 100 years, move with a weird walking motion, and give birth to live young, something unheard of in fish that ancient. The coelacanth didn't evolve much because it didn't have to. Deep-sea life doesn't change fast, and this fish is proof that sometimes survival isn't about adaptation, it's about patience. So yeah, while we've been worrying about Wi-Fi signals, this guy's been vibing since before trees existed. Australian night parrot, the ghost bird that came back. For over a century, the Australian night parrot was considered one of the holy grails of birdwatching, a species declared extinct in the late 1800s, with no confirmed sightings for 100 years. Then, in 2013, a naturalist named John Young snapped a blurry photo that sent the ornithology world into meltdown. The night parrot, small, green, nocturnal, and secretive, was real. This bird is like the Bigfoot of Australia. Everyone had stories. No one had proof. Early settlers found it in the outback, but its populations vanished fast due to cats, foxes, and habitat destruction. Turns out, the night parrot didn't disappear. It just got really good at hiding. It lives in remote, arid grasslands, moves silently at night, and freezes when threatened. It's practically invisible without high-tech gear. Modern researchers have only managed a handful of confirmed recordings and a few grainy photos. Its population size? Unknown. Its range? Guesswork. The fact that a bird thought dead for over 100 years just casually reappeared is proof that nature still holds cards we haven't seen. The night parrot isn't extinct. It's just running the best witness protection program in Australia. All right, I will be posting more videos here. So, slam that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This helps us to rank better in the YouTube algorithm. New Guinea big-eared bat. The comeback nobody saw, literally. In 1890, scientists described a peculiar bat from Papua New Guinea with enormous ears and a fluffy coat. Then it disappeared for 120 years. No sightings, no remains, nothing. Enter 2012. A team of researchers exploring the remote mountains of Papua New Guinea stumbled upon a bat with, you guessed it, giant radar dish ears. DNA tests confirmed it. The New Guinea big-eared bat had returned. For over a century, this bat lived off the radar, roosting deep in limestone caves and feeding on insects in the night canopy. It's so elusive that even now, we have fewer than a dozen confirmed encounters. What makes it special, aside from its ghost status, is how fragile its ecosystem is. Logging, mining, and deforestation threaten its remote habitats, meaning this rediscovery might have happened just in time. Its reappearance was like finding a living fossil with fur and sonar. Nature has a sense of humor. Just when we think something's gone forever, it shows up like, miss me? The New Guinea big-eared bat is a reminder that sometimes extinction isn't death, it's just really good stealth. Terror skink, the reptilian myth come true. The name terror skink sounds like something out of a horror movie, and honestly, it kind of is. This long, glossy, fang-toothed lizard from New Caledonia was thought extinct for over a century after being described in 1876. Then, in 1993, researchers exploring a remote islet stumbled upon one, alive, shiny, and extremely bitey. The terror skink is about 2 feet long and built like a predator in miniature. It has sharp, recurved teeth perfect for slicing through prey, which in its case is mostly other lizards. Imagine a monitor lizard crossed with a velociraptor. Its rediscovery proved two things. One, it was never extinct, just living on an isolated island the size of a city block. And two, evolution apparently gives zero warning before inventing nightmares. Only a few individuals have ever been seen, all on a single patch of land in the middle of nowhere. Scientists think the species has been hiding for centuries, thriving in a micro-ecosystem untouched by humans. So yeah, while everyone's looking for the Loch Ness Monster, there's an actual miniature dragon out there just chilling in the Pacific. Fernandina Island tortoise, the real-life Lazarus. In 2019, scientists on the Galapagos Islands made a discovery so shocking, it almost broke Twitter. A living Fernandina Island tortoise, a species thought extinct for over 110 years. The tortoise was a female, found wandering through volcanic rock like she owned the place. DNA testing later confirmed she belonged to the same species as the one last seen in 1906. For over a century, researchers assumed volcanic eruptions and invasive animals wiped them out. Turns out, a few had just been living deep in the island's lava fields, surviving in near-impossible conditions. Named Fernanda, the rediscovered tortoise became a global sensation. Since then, scientists have found more tortoise tracks and droppings, hinting at others still alive. Fernanda's species is one of the most endangered on Earth, possibly only a handful left. But her existence changed everything. It's the kind of discovery that makes paleontologists faint. A creature from Darwin's time, still walking around. If there's ever been proof that nature occasionally hides miracles in plain sight, it's Fernanda, the tortoise who refused to stay extinct. Takahe, the chonky bird that outsmarted extinction. The Takahe, a large blue-green bird from New Zealand, was declared extinct in 1898. But in 1948, a team exploring the remote Murchison Mountains spotted one waddling through the grass, very much alive, very much unbothered. It turned out the Takahe had simply retreated to inaccessible alpine valleys. Thick legs, huge feet, flightless body, basically a living bowling ball with feathers. It evolved in an island paradise with no predators, which worked great until humans introduced stoats and cats. After rediscovery, New Zealand launched one of the most successful conservation programs in history. Every surviving bird is tagged, tracked, and pampered like royalty. They're not graceful, their mating dances look like awkward hugs, and their parenting instincts are hit or miss. But they've gone from total extinction to over 400 individuals today. The Takahe is living proof that sometimes a little isolation and a lot of luck can outwit extinction itself. It's also proof that New Zealand might just be hiding the world's best game of evolutionary hide-and-seek. Cuban Solenodon, the venomous shrew that refused to die. Meet the Cuban Solenodon, a creature that looks like a stretched-out rat and sounds like a sneeze. But here's the twist. It's venomous. Scientists thought it went extinct in the 1970s, a casualty of habitat loss and introduced predators. But then, in 2003, a farmer in eastern Cuba caught one alive. The Solenodon wasn't extinct, just hiding in the jungle like a tiny, angry relic. It's one of only a handful of mammals that inject venom through its teeth, using grooves like biological syringes. Its lineage dates back 76 million years, older than many dinosaurs. Evolution forgot to update this thing. It still has primitive joints, poor eyesight, and a weird waddling gait, yet it's thriving in the shadows. Modern surveys suggest there are still small populations left, though their numbers remain dangerously low. If Jurassic Park ever got a tiny addition, the Cuban Solenodon would be the star. Proof that sometimes the weirdest survivors are the ones nature forgot to reboot. Bermuda petrel, the bird that came back from the dead. In 1620, sailors documented a seabird on Bermuda called the cahao, or Bermuda petrel. By the 1600s, it was declared extinct, hunted, eaten, and replaced by rats and cats. Then, in 1951, naturalist David Wingate discovered something miraculous. A small group of live cahows nesting on remote islets. After 300 years, the bird had returned from the dead. The population numbered only 18 pairs at rediscovery. Today, thanks to intense conservation, there are over 150 pairs, all heavily monitored. The Bermuda petrel is the ultimate comeback story, a bird that refused to let extinction stick. It nests in burrows, returns to the same site every year, and navigates across thousands of miles of open ocean with pinpoint precision. Each rediscovered petrel felt like a resurrection, the ghost of a forgotten island returning to life. The Takahe's survival shows that sometimes extinction isn't an ending, it's just nature pressing pause. Woolly mammoth, the extinct animal we might revive. No extinct creature looms larger in the public imagination than the woolly mammoth. Towering, shaggy, and built for ice ages, it went extinct around 4,000 years ago. But some scientists think it might not stay that way. For one, isolated pockets of mammoths survived much longer than we thought, especially on Wrangel Island, where they lasted until 1650 BC, the same time humans were building the pyramids. Even crazier, scientists have found mammoth carcasses with soft tissue and blood DNA intact, frozen perfectly in Siberian ice. That means cloning isn't science fiction anymore. It's being worked on right now. The idea is to splice mammoth genes into modern elephants to create cold-resistant hybrids, a de-extinct species that could repopulate tundra ecosystems and slow climate change. Whether that's ethical or not is another story, but one thing's certain: if the mammoth comes back, it'll be the first extinct species to walk again, because humans willed it so. It's poetic. The same species that ended their reign might also bring them back. Pyrenean ibex, the first animal resurrected, sort of. The Pyrenean ibex, a subspecies of wild goat from Spain, went extinct in 2000 when the last female, named Celia, was crushed by a falling tree. Yes, really. But in 2003, scientists attempted something revolutionary, cloning her from preserved DNA. The experiment actually worked. A cloned ibex was born, bleated once, and died minutes later due to lung defects. Still, for a brief moment, the Pyrenean ibex became the first animal in history to go extinct twice. The cloning proved that genetic resurrection isn't fantasy. It's just a matter of time and technique. If they try again with better DNA and a surrogate mother, the ibex could live again. It's both awe-inspiring and a little unsettling, playing God with goats to undo extinction itself. But for scientists, it's hope, proof that extinction may no longer be forever. Passenger pigeon, the sky ghost we might see again. The passenger pigeon once darkened North American skies with flocks of billions. Then, humans shot them all. By 1914, they were gone. But now, biologists are trying to bring them back using de-extinction genetics. They're taking DNA from preserved specimens and inserting it into the genome of the band-tailed pigeon, their closest living relative. If successful, we could see hybrid offspring resembling passenger pigeons, potentially reintroducing them to the wild. The idea isn't just nostalgia. Restoring them could help rebuild lost ecosystems, as they once played key roles in seed dispersal and forest growth. Still, it raises big questions. Should we bring back species we killed? And what happens if we get it wrong? Whether or not it works, the passenger pigeon story has become a symbol of loss, guilt, and scientific redemption. If one day the skies darken again with wings, it'll be both a miracle and a reminder. Extinction used to be permanent. Now, maybe not. Baiji, Chinese river dolphin, the silent spirit of the Yangtze. The Baiji, or Chinese river dolphin, once swam gracefully through the Yangtze River, a symbol of peace and prosperity. But by 2006, pollution, overfishing, and boat traffic drove it to extinction. Or did it? There have been occasional unconfirmed sightings since. Grainy videos, sonar blips, fishermen's stories. Some researchers believe a small, hidden population might still survive in remote stretches of the river. The Baiji was unique. Pale blue-gray skin, long, narrow beak, echolocation fine-tuned for muddy waters. It was perfectly adapted to a river we turned into a shipping lane. Its disappearance was tragic. called the first extinction of a large mammal due to human activity. But the faint hope that a few survive keeps conservationists searching. Every new sonar ping or eyewitness account reignites the mystery. Maybe extinction isn't absolute, just a curtain we haven't pulled back yet. The Baiji is more than a ghost story. It's a mirror of how fragile coexistence really is. If you've watched to this point, slam that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. This helps us to rank better in the YouTube algorithm.